Okay, exercise 6C is about the zero index and a power of a power. So this is talking about when you've got brackets. So with the zero index, the rule is that anything to the power of 0 equals 1. Let's see what I mean by that. If we have 2 to the power of 5, well, that's 32. You can put that in your calculator. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 2 cubed, well, that's 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times that third 2 gives us 8. Now notice the numbers are halving each time. 2 squared is 4, so that's halving again. 2 to the power of 1, that's just 2, halving again. So 2 to the power of 0 is if we halve this again and we get 1. So you can see there that 2 to the power of 0 does equal 1. If you put any number in your calculator to the power of 0, you will get 1. So let's look at some examples here. 8 to the power of 0 equals 1. Anything to the power of 0 equals 1. 3x, it does not matter what is inside these brackets, it's all to the power of 0, so that equals 1. Now here's where it gets a little bit more tricky. This 0 index is on the base of x. X to the power of 0 equals 1, so this is actually 2 times 1. Okay, 2 times 1, so that's actually 2. So here's a similar example, 3x to the power of 0. Remember we saw that here, it doesn't matter what's inside the brackets, that will equal 1. 3x to the 0 equals 1 minus 3 times 1, like that one. So 3 times 1. Now remember, order of operations tells us to multiply before subtract. So 3 times 1 is 3, so it's 1 minus 3, which is negative 2. Okay, power of a power, so that's where you've got these brackets here. Now there is a shortcut. Let's just ignore the shortcut for now and just expand and simplify. So x cubed to the power of 4, when something's raised to the power of 4, we write it 4 times, multiply it by itself. So x cubed times x cubed times x cubed times x cubed. So that's x cubed to the power of 4. Now we can use our previous index law for multiplication to work out how many x's we've got multiplied together. Remember, a power is a count of how many there are. 3 there, 3 there, 3 there, 3 there. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 gives us 12 altogether. So x to the power of 12. AB squared cubed, so that means AB squared times AB squared times AB squared. Now let's collect up all the letters that are the same. We've got A times A times A, and that's A cubed. B squared times B squared times B squared. Two b's multiplied together here, 2 b's multiplied together there, 2 multiplied together there, 6 b's altogether, so b to the power of 6. Okay, one more like that. So, and again, if we were in class, I would be making you do a lot of these before telling you the shortcut. And if you want to try doing some before looking at the shortcut, like pausing the video and try some, you're welcome to do that. So 2p4 to the power of 3, here it is, to the power of 3 means multiply it by itself 3 times. 2 times 2 is 4, times by another 2 is 8. How many p's altogether? There are 4 there, plus 4 there, plus another 4 there. So p to the power of 12. So our shortcut is, we raise coefficients to powers. So 2 cubed, you can put that in your calculator if you want to. 2 cubed is 8. And we multiply the powers. So 4 times 3 is 12. Here are just a few more examples using our shortcut and with some slightly trickier things involved. So we've got 6 times 6 squared to the power of 3. So I'm just going to write that 6 times again because we deal with brackets first, don't we? So multiply the powers. So 2 3s are 6. 6 times 6 to the power of 6. Now remember, this is 6 to the power of 1. The bases are the same. Write the base again and then add the powers. Okay, if these were coefficients, we'd multiply them, but they're not coefficients, are they? They are bases. So we don't multiply 6 times 6. We never multiply bases. We just write the base again and add the powers. Okay, let's try this tricky one here. So let's do the multiplication first. So actually, let's do the brackets first. So m cubed n squared times. Now remember, this is m to the power of 1, and that's all to the power of 3. It's just, this 3 goes onto both of them. So m cubed, and then multiply the powers here. 2 times 3 is 6, so n to the 6. divided by m squared n cubed. And then when we multiply, we add the powers. When we divide, we subtract. So let's see how many m's altogether. 3 there and 3 there is 6 total for the multiplying, minus 2 from there, so 4 m's altogether. With the n's, we've got 2 here and 6 there, so there are 8 n's multiplied together there. And we need to minus the ones from the denominator, so 8 minus 3 is 5. So we did, for the m's, we did 3 plus 3 minus 2. And for the n's, we did 2 plus 6 minus 3, right? 2 plus 6 minus 3. So these are the powers. Okay, let's look at this one. So again, when there are brackets, you multiply the powers. So 3 times 6 is 18. Divided by p to the power of 6. And when you're dividing, you subtract the powers. So 18 minus 6 is 12. Okay, again, so question 1, I want you to do all of them. Questions 3 to 5, just A, C, and E only. And questions 6, 7, and 8, choose 3 from each.